What's happening, guys? I posted up on my Facebook a status basically saying, what questions do you want me to answer? And so that's what this is going to be. There's going to be a Q&A. I'm still giving out a sticker, so there's your sticker. And as far as comments and stuff go, for the next sticker, like and comment to possibly get a sticker for tomorrow's episode. Couple things real quick. Check the link. Check the links out in the description. One, the link there is for our game this Saturday against Columbus. It's in Columbus, so if you're around the area, definitely come out. But if you can't come to it, you can watch online for $9. Get your friends and stuff together and watch it. It's gonna be $2 a pop if you get 4 people to show up. So that link's in there. Link for all my gears in there. Link for the disc on eBay. I think you have a day and a half left to vote on to auction on that. And yeah, that's basically it. Okay, so let's go on with the questions. Jason Hank, you just want a shout out. There you go, man. Diego Ramirez asked, "How did I get into Ultimate?" It's probably one of the most common asked questions. I've answered it a bunch of times. So look at my other videos if you want more. But basically, high school, it was something that we did after cross-country practice every once in a while. And I fell in love, basically, with it. What made you want to start playing Ultimate? I answered that. And doing trick shots. Jimmy Quaid asked. Well, doing trick shots, I really want... My whole goal is to try to get more people interested in Ultimate. And also... by doing more people interested in Ultimate, and a way of doing that is through trick shots. Getting people interested in the Frisbee to start, and then they can get interested in Ultimate. So trick shots were really big back a year ago, and I was like, maybe I should make a Frisbee one. So we made a Frisbee one, and that is that. Taylor McDevitt wants something said to motivate his Ultimate team, Western Wayne. Basically, the only way of getting better is by pushing yourself to the limit. So if you're not doing that every day, then you're just missing out on opportunities. So take that for what it is worth. Best way to train to become a handler? Ollie wants to know. Best way to train to become a handler is seriously throw. And not just go out with a partner and throw, but throw game-like situations. Practice stepping out around the mark and throwing. Practice catching underneath passes, turning, throwing. Practicing all those throws, not just stand still, no mark throws. What are your future goals? Constantine wants to know. Future goals, let's see. I want to hopefully continue to promote the sport. I'm really hoping this professional league works out so I can continue to play in that. I would love to play in a world championship for my country. I would love to see the day that Ultimate Frisbee's in the Olympics. Even if I'm 60 or 70, it'd still be awesome. Those are enough goals. Are you going to do any more trick shot battles? Yes. Asked Michael. Let's see. Elroy asks, why do U.S. teams don't play Japan zone defenses as much? And do you know what these zones are about? Japan's defense is actually, from what I've seen as far as game plan goes, it's very amoeba-ish. And we ran something similar to it at Florida. Basically what it means is like there's not a complete structure of, like it's not a 3-man cup, it's not a 4-man cup. It's very kind of space oriented, and to be honest with you, zones don't work if there's not wind. That's just how it is. When you're playing against a good team and there's no wind, it's not going to work. Everyone's throws are getting better and better. So I don't know why. It's a good question though. What is your favorite trick shot you've ever made? Asked Elliot Skinzer. Favorite trick shot I've ever made? Man, that's a good one. Probably the one I threw. Everyone's gonna the big one is the one I threw off the bridge the how ridiculous guy, Derek. But the one I made off the bridge into the basketball hoop, it was like so windy, and it was actually really really far, and I really didn't think I was gonna make that, and so I made it like I think on the third or fourth try, and I was just like, oh man, that's awesome, because it was just like, oh, let's just do this while we're waiting for the boat to get ready, but it ended up going in. So maybe that one. What training methods should I do to make my throws go further? I still need to do this. It might not be for a couple months, but I'm going to do videos to kind of show some exercises I do to strengthen your arms. But simply just throwing is going to strengthen your arms. But get into a gym and just simply, if you just do bicep curls, tricep extensions, and work on your forearm strength, that will help you. I know that was a very brief answer. Hunter asks, what kind of toothpaste do you use? I definitely use, Crest. No, Aquafresh. No, Crest. I think I use Crest. I just bought it the other day. I think I use Crest. Whatever's on sale. Andrew Savage, do you get paid at all for playing on Indy? We actually aren't allowed. I don't know if they're going to disclose this or not, but we're not allowed to actually talk about payments and stuff. But I can definitely say no one is quitting their day job. Are you going to make a disc golf tutorial? Asked Raphael Batad. Yes, I'm luckily. It's kind of funny. I was just talking to him the other day. I'm going to be doing some videos with one of the best disc golfers in the world. So if you interested in disc golf, want to know about disc golf, definitely check out my channel. Hopefully in the next month or so, and we'll have some cool stuff. What is the best game you have played in, and what was the best play you have ever seen? The best game I've played in was definitely the national championship in 2010. A lot of people were there. No one was rooting for us, and it was a very tough and difficult year. Our team went through a whole lot that year. I went through a whole lot that year. So that was definitely the best game I've ever played in. And what was the best play you've ever seen? Oh man, best play I've ever seen. To be honest, it might have to be in. It was in 2006 Centex against Wisconsin in the finals, and it was double game point. It was super windy. It was 14-14, double game point, super windy. Wisconsin had the disc going downwind on offense. We had like this weird zone, and a foul was called. Play had stopped, and the guy was going to tap it in, and Kyle was on the mark, and Kyle was behind him. So here's the guy about to tap it in. Kyle's behind. I'm not going to be able to do that. But basically he's behind him. And so the guy taps it in and goes to throw a backhand. And Kyle, as soon as the guy taps it in, as soon as it just hits the ground, Kyle dives out like behind him and to get in front of him and just intercepts basically the throw. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable play. We ended up not scoring. But the play was ridiculous. Do you have any rituals you go through before a game or a trick shot? Definitely not a trick. No rituals before a trick shot video. Dan Lewis asked this. I just make sure I warm up enough. But any rituals I go before a game. Besides, oh my gosh, my alarm. Besides like my usual just throwing and getting warmed up and stuff like that, I definitely do. I listen to some music. Do a little prayer, stuff like that. I'm not too like crazy about like that kind of stuff. Brandon Joyce. First of all, hey from UK. I'm a huge fan. Second, I was wondering if you use a special type of Frisbee. Actually, I do. You can get it at the ultimatediscstore.com. It's 175 Ultra Star Discraft. I will be coming out with my discs very shortly, so be on the lookout for those. Frank Cano, how many takes on average does it take you to make a trick shot? Indoors, I would say on average 7. 6, 5, something. Outdoors, depending on the wind and stuff, it can, some of these shots, guys, it takes a while. By a while, I mean like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But you don't know. It differs. It differs. Sometimes you hit it the first try and you're just like, let's go home. Okay. Ali Masoon, when did you first get into Ultimate? I already said that. How did you train your forehand to be so long? It's all about the wrist snap, man. It's all about getting a good wrist snap. Those are the people that can really launch forehands, have that wrist snap. So practice small, get that wrist snap, get a lot of rotation on the Frisbee, and then extend it. Curtis Hill, have you any plans of coming back to Ireland? Maybe further up to the north? I don't have plans to come back there, but I definitely see myself coming back there. Maybe on a vacation this time, not for work. I don't know. We'll see. It was a very, very nice visit, though. Curtis Fullerton, what is your motivation? My motivation is to really just push my limits, to see what I'm capable of doing. And to be honest, I really want the sport to grow. And the more effort, the more time I put into my work, hopefully the more people can see it. Corey Nelson, when did you start playing competitively? 2006. And how long did it take to master your flick? I didn't really get a good flick until 2007. It was about a year before I had a good flick, and then 2008 is when I started having a pretty decent flick. Mark Campbell, best advice to people on smaller team schools who want to get bigger with their ultimate careers. If you're on a smaller team and you don't have, because the thing is, it's all about recruiting and getting players out to play. So smaller schools, you have a smaller pool to pick from. But again, it's if you're talking about trying to get better in the sense, it's all about recruiting, getting athletes out there. So go to intramurals, see who's playing intramural football, see who's playing intramural soccer, see who's tall, see who's fast, and try to get them to come out to a practice. Scott Dudek. When you play the Buffalo Hunters, do you think you could do some trick shots at Niagara Falls? Probably will not have time, but if we have time, who knows? George Manuel, what kind of workouts do you do when you train for Ultimate? Kind of already talked about that. Bradley Coleman, how many Frisbees do you own? I think I have like 75 right now. Mike Weiss, can I get a shout out for the Subatomic Puppies and their first tournament this weekend? Good luck, guys. Ryan Brown, hey Brodie, just want to say I'm a huge fan. Did you play in local clubs as a kid? No. Or did your team ultimate experience begin in college? Yes, in college. Christian asks, I know you toured Italy, but ever thought about taking across the pond and blitzing England? Yes, I want to come to England for sure. Blake Haney, can you come to Chattanooga, Tennessee? I'll come wherever there is a need. If you guys, I'm actually talking to someone right now about doing a clinic for his team and some speeches and stuff. And he's getting his team together. He's getting the funds it takes. Like I said, this is what I do for a living. So the expenses, if you can get enough people together to where you can fly me out there and you can have me stay somewhere, that will make it happen. If you didn't play Ultimate, what other sport would you play? To be honest, if I had a lot of money growing up, which I didn't. If I had a lot of money growing up, I probably would be playing golf right now. But that sport takes a lot of money, and I don't have the money. So it's glad it worked out. It worked out for what should have happened. But if I wasn't playing Ultimate, it probably would be golf. Why don't you come to Puerto Rico? All right, Alejandra Navarrete. Column Hinch. Hey, Brodie, great idea. What drills would you recommend for a beginner Ultimate player? Best drills for a beginner or elite team is the dump drill. Have a thrower, have a person in the dump, have them make a hard up the line cut, and then come back and throw. And then once your team is completing that every single time, put a mark on the thrower and do the same thing. Once your team is completing that every single time, put a defender on the dump and a mark and keep doing it. And then, Just drill it in their heads. That's the most important drill ever, the dump. What's your favorite sport other than Ultimate? What's your favorite color? I really enjoy playing my favorite sports. I really enjoy playing golf. I enjoy playing basketball, and I enjoy playing tennis. Those would probably be my top 3. Can you do a Frisbee clinic camp in Houston, Texas? Like I said, you know what has to happen, Nathan. What do you like to do in your free time? Asked Jake. My free time. Basically my free time is when I eat, and so I have some TV shows I like to watch. I like to watch Modern Family. I like to watch The Office. I like to watch Parks and Rec. I'm starting to watch this Top Shot thing. I don't know. There's some other shows I like to watch. Jesse Ellie, how can I get a signed disc? My friends and I are starting Ultimate. You can get a signed disc right now, world record signed disc if you want, on eBay, or you can wait a few more weeks and I'll have signed discs that you can purchase online. Jason, I already talked about the salaries for the Pro Ultimate League. Daniel asked, are you ever planning the trip to Nashville? Not yet. Lucas, how high is your vertical? Last time tested it, I think it was like 36 inches. Jeremy speaks, what is the best way to get your club team sponsored? I have no idea. I never had my club team sponsored, so I don't know. Maybe make a good YouTube video. I don't know if that would help. I don't know. Maybe just ask. That might be the best way. Ryan, what kind of exercise do you... I already talked about that. Christian, Carrie Underwood, Taylor Swift, your girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm not talking about that. Joseph Wagner, what does your diet consist of? Especially before on a game day. I'll talk about before on a game day. So we have a game this Saturday, and I think it's at like 5:45. So I'll wake up probably around 7 or 8 and have a big breakfast, and then I'll have probably like a little sandwich around lunchtime, and then I might have like a protein bar prior to the game, and that's it. I don't like playing really on a heavy stomach, especially now that there's only one game a day. You can kind of get away with not really having a lot of carbs and stuff in you. Caleb, do you even plan on coming to Fort Wayne? All right, if you're asking, am I coming to somewhere? I'm not going to answer because I kind of already talked about that, and I'm trying to get through all these. Sorry if that was one of you, but I'll say your name. George Sims, thanks for that about England. Adam, how many Frisbees do you bring out to the venue when you're making a trick shot video? It depends. Ian, favorite verse from the Bible, Proverbs 3:5. Kylie, I'm a beginner and I play wing. Whatever that means. Basically, all I do is run up and down the sidelines. Do you have any tips? Stop running up and down the sidelines. Go get the disc. Henry, cross-country times. Oh, this is a good one. I was never really that fast. I was still trying to find my athleticism in high school, I would say. I was small my freshman year, and then I decided to grow all of a sudden, so I was in that awkward stage. But I think my fastest times, and maybe if some of my ex-cross-country teammates are watching this, they might call me out and be like, no, you never did that. I have terrible memory. But I think it was 18:30, which is not very good for a 5K. But I think that's what it was. Zach asks, have I ever played with strangers? Ultimate, yes. Nathan wants to know what's the most dark horse thing that has ever happened to me. Oh man, too many to account for. That's a good question. Maybe I'll devote a whole vlog to the most dark horse thing that's ever happened to me. Good question. I can't come up with the answer yet. Joper, any tips for a 2-day tournament? Ice bath in between will help a lot. Jarrett, who do you think the top 5 players in the world are? Kirk Gibson, Tim Garrett. I think Robbie Cahill's up there. Jeff Graham when he was on Boston. He's playing. He played mixed last year. I don't know if he's gonna play club again. Um, Man, who's another person that's up there? Probably Bo Kittredge, just as far as athleticism wise. Sure, why not? Is there one particular team that you are looking forward to playing in the AUDL? To be honest, Matt, all the games I'm really excited about. I don't think there's one game that I'm more excited about than others. I think I'm just really all excited about all of them. Joe asks, I have never gotten injured, but recently my far joint on my middle finger has been hurting. Yeah, Joe, when you throw a lot of forehands, that will happen. You need very strong fingers actually when you're throwing, and so over time they'll strengthen and you won't have that problem anymore. Robbie wants to know, how do I start playing for a club team and eventually compete? You just try to find one in your local area, and tryouts right now for club are happening. So definitely look for that and see where a team is in your local area. Sasha, how can I make my hammer go further than the 40, 50 yards I can throw it now? 40, 50 yards for a hammer is good. You might have a few things you can tweak to get more yards, but 40, 50 yards is good. I would be happy with that. Jesse asks, Coke or Pepsi? I don't drink soda. Kevin, Brodie, how hard is it to be able to make it into a college ultimate team? Not very difficult. What do you think would be good for me to do so I can get better? To be honest, just try to get faster and jump higher. Skills, as far as throwing and all that stuff, you can learn. But really working on your fitness is going to help a lot. Hung Chung, how do you find the songs for your trick shot videos? I have friends that are very musically talented because I am not. Zach, where do you think would be the coolest place to do trick shots? Ooh, man. The Amazon, maybe? That would be fun, I think. Hunter, shout out. And what's your favorite color? Combo of colors, probably black and yellow. Tom wants to know, which one did I like better, Dude Perfect or How Ridiculous? I liked both of them, man. I had such a good time doing both of them. The How Ridiculous, we filmed over more days because we were at different locations around Perth. So we'd go and film a couple shots that day. And the Dude Perfect, we filmed all in basically one day. So the How Ridiculous was a little longer, but both of them were awesome. What track events did you run in high school? I ran the 800. All right, that's it. That's all the questions. That's all I got. This video is far too long. If you're still watching this, thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace and man up!